What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. So something I've always prided myself on is the honesty I have with you guys about dying, embarrassing moments that happen. But this was the worst one yet. As you can see from the title, I got carried away, and I don't want to hide this stuff. So I don't want to spoil when it happens, but you'll definitely know when it is. So I like to believe, and I do think it's true, that you guys appreciate the honesty I have about that stuff. I don't cut out like a death that's bad or anything. But like I said, this was next level. I had a really good game and I was on fire. So what happened was I got a little full of myself and very cocky. And honestly, I got a little too in love with the content game. And off the top of my head, I don't really remember any other times that's happened. I'm sure it has happened, but I paid dearly for it, and so did the team. So we're defending darkforest with the longsword. I think I may have even switched defense for this because I was getting a lot of games on attack recently, and they seemed overmatched. There was a lot of high levels in here. And like I said, we did play very well. And really quick, I want to shout out some people I actually wasn't in a party with them, but they ended up in the game, and we're going to team up as soon as I edit this because this was supposed to be for the backlog, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to hide what happened. And Sir Cage, Evolved, and Ultra Blue, very cool guys. Those are my boys. I met them through the Discord, which of course will be in the pinned comment. I'm going to brag a little bit. I think it's the most active Discord for Chivalry 2 right now. And it's nothing but good vibes in there. There's no drama. We've only had to ban like 4 or 5 people out of 400 members so far. And we have some of the best players in the game. Help Me Steppo, Lucy, people like that. Or Lousy, I always say it wrong. But they're also willing to help, so it's not any elitist vibes. And like I said, I think it's the best way you can get into the community right now. But let's get into the gameplay. I've done enough rambling. Here we go. So if you've watched recent videos, I've been trying to break a few bad habits I've gotten into since I've come back. And now that that's mostly out of the way and I've been successful with that, a big focus for me has been positioning because I've also been playing Vanguard. So what I do a good job of so far is stabbing people that are coming too far forward. I think I did well after that as well. But unfortunately, a lot of my team died here pretty quickly. So I get surrounded, but I know I'm going to die at this point. I'm just going to take a few down with me. And there's no spawn wave in sight, so that was a little frustrating as well. And here we get overwhelmed and killed. Honestly, I'll take that though. Now, don't get me wrong, this is absolutely nobody's fault, and I knew what I was signing up for switching defense, because this team was overmatched. There's a lot of high levels on the other side, but what gets annoying about that was that every time I died, and there was also another guy that finished at the top with me as well, if one of us died, the objective fall apart. And shout out him because he was doing it as well. He was on the cart, always defending well. But that can get on my nerves. Again, nobody's fault in this case. But once you die, I'm coming back, and it's already almost pushed all the way because the team is just dying very quickly.
Defend the gatehouse from the maiden order!
No disrespect intended here, it just looks cool sometimes. And overall, the team's doing a very good job defending. This objective is frustrating because a lot of the times people are on the sides getting kills and don't really pay attention to what's going on in the middle, and it gets captured before you know it. But here they're doing a good job, and there's not a lot of us left. Here I say sorry for downing him. And then we kind of like go back, we clear this out, and another spawn wave comes. So overall, some good teamwork going. Now here they are starting to capture it, and I'm too far away. This wasn't the mistake I'm talking about. That'll be in a little bit, but I really should have been more careful to get back. At the end of the day, though, there is 31 other people, so it's not all on me, but I was kind of a big part of this team, so I'll take responsibility for this part going, but so after a mix of some recklessness and autopilot moments, I just died way too quickly from bad positioning, and they're pushing the convoy very hard because at that first part you can hold them up for a pretty long time, and this is the other part you can hold them for a long time. And since I'm playing by myself, I'm doing the objective all I can because I've mentioned recently when I'm partied up with 3 other players, we switch defense a lot of the time, or we stay on attack but don't push the objective as hard until the end. We don't want a good map to end early for everyone. But here I'm really trying hard to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the deaths did get in the way, but I promised my heart was in the right place so far. Now this is just recklessness as well, just trying to hold them back as long as I can and push people back until more people can come behind me, but it did kind of sacrifice myself, and I would have probably done a better job just staying alive and stabbing in between. Here I hope for some plot armor while taking the forward spawn, that it'll work while I crouch under the attack. It's worked before, but there I just get decapitated. Now because I got a bunch of deaths on autopilot, I decided I'm going to slow it down after this and focus on positioning again, and I start to turn it around a little bit, get back on that hot streak I had earlier, and it really did help the team defend this for a while. I've said it before, but the best thing to do, unless you're getting off because you're very angry, if you're trying to get your focus back, just slow it down, stick with your team, don't try and like get some crazy multi-kills or 1vx's, because you want to, if you're frustrated, you're going to make simple mistakes that you wouldn't when you're concentrated and not angry, just in general, but especially in this game. So I'm noticing I have downed a few people in this game on my own team. Like I said, I've been messing with the settings a little bit. I'm mostly settled on what I want to use now. So I'm really hoping that stops. I'm fighting for my life here, and there's a barrier in the way, which is what the engineers should do. The barricades are our #1 priority, but you'll never guess what happens next. Pretty good footwork in this 1vx so far. That dodge kind of gets me out of the way for a little bit, and then I sidestep that special attack, and now I'm fighting Sir Cage, and he does a good job here and puts me in a bad position, but the Executioner's Axe guy finishes me off. Now this is the worst possible time for me to get full of myself or carried away. Like I said, I'm the VIP. I didn't want to spoil how bad this is going to be, so stay tuned because I make a lot of mistakes, and one ultimately does. It was ridiculous. Now, if you see here, this part isn't so bad because right now I was in the zone, I was fighting well, so I was trying to pick people off as they're slowly coming in. And this is the part that felt the worst, is look how good a job everyone's doing defending me. There's spike traps up, and they really were doing very well. There's even archers around me setting up. I think they even set up banners at some point. Maybe they didn't yet. I don't really feel bad for them because they're still archers, but everyone else I did. So typically what you want to do is run back and forth by that throne so you're not getting hit by archers, and it's the safest spot. There's barricades set up, there's usually banners. Now this is where we get ourselves in trouble. I was playing really well, but it's not only that where I just want to be fighting. I get addicted to the content game and start making some mistakes. So now at this point you're going to see me trying to show off. I was fighting some high levels the whole game, and now I'm going to start. This is kind of ridiculous at this point. So stay tuned. I usually try and leave the last stage with less talking, but this time you need to see where my thoughts were at and my descent into madness.
Defend the Duke with your lives! This is giant.
Watch mine flanks!
A long time ago, Strider put up a video where he went into the courtyard. He also does the Lapis Thorn a lot, and I've done that before too. I'd have to check if it was on video, but I try and fight my way out there. Don't do this, guys. This was a huge mistake. It's not cool. No one besides you cares that you're doing it. You just kind of look like an idiot. You're not helping your team. It's very selfish. And again, at this point, this didn't feel like I was playing well. Let me pick off guys that are extending. This was just, oh, look at me, look at my content. And it cost big time. I did want those archers though. So then I try and jump over the fire, and I put myself in a really bad spot here. I've lost a lot of health. I should have gone back to the throne and stayed there at that point. But you can already see where my head is at. It's not even thinking about that. Look at all the heals I'm getting from banners, from footmen. Everybody's doing their job but me. Now there's 45 seconds left. I'm not full health. Maybe if I was full health, who knows, it would have worked. But that's not what I should be doing anyway. Now, just check this out, guys. I want to be honest, this is painful to put up. But some viewers could have even saw this, and I want you to know this is not me. Don't even pay attention to the stats at the end, guys, because that's not what this is about. This is about holding me accountable. Please yell at me in the comments and tell me this was wrong. And unfortunately, the guy finished ahead of me after the fact that I was VIP, and they vote kicked the wrong guy. I apologize to you, Logan Verhage. You were also in this lobby a long time, and you're a very good player. You didn't deserve that, and this team didn't deserve that. I hope you guys do know that that's not how I typically am, but I gotta hold myself accountable. I'll be better in the next one. Love you guys.